Hello, today we are going to install FreeBSD, the latest version, which is 13.2. So this is the Wikipedia page for FreeBSD. The latest version 13.2 from April this year, 2023. The website is freebsd.org. Okay, says that production release 13.2. Let's go there. So this is the changelog for base, not for ports. Okay, so there's a DVD1 and a disk 1. Let's look at where the files are. So ISO images, ISO images, AMD64, this thing. So AMD64 disk 1 versus DVD1. So DVD1 is 4 gigabytes, disk 1 is 1 gigabyte. So I'm going with disk 1. Work. Save. Okay, while the thing is downloading, let's look at the speed. So it's 15 megabyte per second. That's 100 megabits per second around there. Okay. We'll need to get access to the handbook. Where is that? How do we find it? Just a second. Okay, so I went to rel notes, opened it in a new tab. It says FreeBSD handbook. Covers the installation and day-to-day use of FreeBSD 13.2 release. This is what I want. Let's have it as PDF. Okay, let's start the installation meanwhile because it finished downloading. So new. This is Virtual Machine Manager, the virtualization software from my hardware machine, which is running Ubuntu 22.10. Local install media, forward, browse. Where are you? This thing, refresh. FreeBSD 13.2, choose volume. Did not detect that it's FreeBSD. So let's write. FreeBSD 13.1, sounds okay. Forward. Then gigabytes of RAM, 15 vCPUs, 200 gigabytes NVMe, PCIe 3, FreeBSD 13.2, customize before install. Would you like to start the default virtual network? Yes. This does not look okay. Q35 is a newer motherboard than i440FX. BIOS is okay. The name is okay. Apply. CPUs, this is never okay. So I have just one CPU, but enough cores. So I do not have more than one CPUs on my motherboard, which is what sockets means. Memory 10 gigabytes. This is okay. The hard disk is VirtIO, which is great because this delivers the best speed compared to SATA. CD-ROM could be SATA Y IDE. Apply. Network interface card vert.io. Great. The rest I've never ever changed. So we can go begin installation. Okay. Installing FreeBSD. You should not skip through the handbook as fast as I go. So auto boot in 1 second. This is the boot manager. Boots on the DVD ROM. Okay, and this is the FreeBSD installer. Do I want to install? Yes. Do I want English US? Yes. Choose a host name, FreeBSD 13.2. I want, what do I want? Ports, src, tests, like this, okay? I do not want ZFS because I'm concerned about RAM usage and speed. I want the fastest storage possible, which I guess is UFS. Okay. Use the entire disk. GPT is better, but maybe we can survive with MBR. I'm not sure what to select here. Let's be adventurous. Let's go with GPT. So swap 4 gigabytes. It's a partition, not a file. Okay. Boot. Extremely small, and then UFS/. Looks okay. Finish. Your changes will now be written. Are you sure you want to commit? Okay. Do not need to back up anything. Where to install on a virtual machine. I do not need any networking information because the virtualization software provides a DHCP server. Please select a password for root. Please select a network interface, IPv4, DHCP, would you like IPv6? I never want IPv6. I don't know. So this is the vert manager 192, 168, 122, 1. Should be enough. Select a region. America. I cannot write anything, so page down. United States. Easternmost areas. EDT. Skip. Skip. SSHD, yes, please. Okay. Hardening. Hide, read, proc. Random. Clear. Disable send mail. Yes, we can do that. Secure console. Disable dtrace. Okay. Would you like to add users to the installed system now? Yes. Administrator. Yes. 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 I don't know what the other groups should be. Maybe wheel. Let's see. So adding user. account management, this thing. User accounts. Home directory shell super user root su space minus. The user running this command must be in the wheel group or else the command will fail. The user must also know the password for the root user account. Sounds correct. Shell. Yes, please. Password-based authentication. Not empty, not random. Lock. Okay, yes. Add another user account, no. So we have root password, user, root network, services, hardening, time zone, handbook, exit. Okay, we'll wait for a bit. Let's see what we need to do next. So su minus. Let's write the notes down. To become super user. What next? I have enough users. I don't want to remove a user. I know the directory structure. I know the disk organization, processes and daemons. Okay. Text editors. There's EE and VI. So I'll need this thing. I'll need some other tools for surviving at the command line. emacs-nox, mc, what else? Git. Does this thing do something? Yes. Okay, so the installation is now finished. Before exiting the installer, would you like to open a shell and make final manual modifications? No. Would you like to reboot? Yes. Next, so man, to see the man pages. What else? Installing packages and ports. So packages would be binary packages using pkg, and ports would be the ports directory in /usr. Okay. pkg space install. More than 336,000 third-party apps packages. Okay, ports. I'll use Firefox KDE Plasma. Okay. Getting started, pkg. Okay, so now I have rebooted after I finished installing the system. There's no more CD-ROMs in the DVD-ROM drive. I just have storage, memory, and CPUs. I have two users. One is called administrator. Where are you? I'm not sure why it locked or why I cannot write. Okay, I can write to the virtual console 2. Okay, administrator. So there was something about the virtualization software and the way it displays the virtual machine administrator. Okay, can I become super user? Important. I need the password not of the user administrator but of the user root. Now I'm root. Okay, let's get ourselves at home on this machine. So who am I? pwd uname -a 3 df top ps aux ps3. Okay, so let's start installing packages. First of all, we need to make sure that SSHD is running, and it is. Let's see if we can connect to the virtual machine using the SSH client. Okay, so SSH administrator at Ctrl+Shift+V. Do you want to continue to connect it to this machine? This is the first time you connect to it. Yes. I'm logged in. So now I do not need to be using the virtualization software anymore. So I can exit, Ctrl+D. Let's send keys, Ctrl+D, Ctrl+D. Okay. So we'll use SSH from now on. So minus password of the user root, initialize the package manager pkg. Do you want to fetch? It uses quarterly, which is okay. Okay, and now I can start installing packages. Let's install the basic ones. Pkg install mc. Let's go with bash first. Okay, bash get text read line index info. GNU get text, GNU read line, and GNU bash. I like what it says. Okay, I need to change the shell. So the command line is probably change shell like this. Okay, control. How do we change shell for a certain user? Control D, middle click paste. It requires the password of the root user. Okay, let's exit. Reconnect using SSH. Now we should be in bash. Yeah, we are. Grep sh. Okay, so there's no sh, csh, tcsh, etc., zsh, just bash. Great, that's what we want. Su minus. Let's keep installing things. What's the name of pack of emacs-nox? So finding software. PKG, where are you? How do we search? With search, okay. PKG search. Emacs. Should start with Emacs. Letter E, alphabetically sorted. So emacs-nox, like this. Exactly the way I expected it to be, okay. Package, install, middle click, paste, go. So it installs a couple of GNU libraries, MP for multi-precision integers, TLS for SSL, etc. So I like it. Let's go. Python 3.9. Okay. What next? So we did bash. glib is the library from GTK. Okay, it's setting everything up. And Python 39 wants to say something. Python gdbm SQLite 3 tk inter. Okay. Next package install mcgit. Downloads many Perl 5 modules. Great. Zip X protocols, which is strange, but that's the way it is. Yes. What else do we need to survive at the command line? So the shell, orthodox file manager, minet commander, MC, text editor. That's about it. Maybe a web browser. Okay, let's look at the messages. Procfs mounted on proc. Let's do that. SSL certificate authorities. No git web. MC if I'm not using bash, which I'm using bash. Okay, next. Packages X Windows system. So let's start surviving at the command line, at the GUI. Okay. So this thing, X server. The current user must be a member of the video group. Let's do that. What was the change shell thing? Okay. So it downloaded 150 packages, 100 packages out of 164. Fonts, X libraries, LLVM for Mesa, for 3D user space drivers, X library, fonts, and a ton of messages. So let's look at those. Wayland, not using Wayland, retype, okay, whatever. Xorg server, it is recommended to enable evdev mode pointer. This will give improvements, better tilt wheel, PS2. Just a second. Okay. So sysctl kern ev evdev. I'm not using real or virtual hardware, so maybe I do not need this. Deja vu, extern, UTF-8, great. So this thing, my username is administrator. Okay, hopefully that's okay. Graphics card drivers. Not sure what this thing is. Intel, DRM mode, no Intel, no AMD, no NVIDIA, XOR configuration, no Intel, no Radeon, no NVIDIA, no VESA, no nothing. No monitors, no xrender. Input devices, fonts. Let's see if noto fonts are installed. Package search noto. Noto basic. Google Noto. Let me see. Two gigabytes of space. Let's go. Let's do it. Okay. Anti-aliased fonts. No Wayland. Wayfire. Hikari. What are these? Desktop environments. We'll go with KDE Plasma. .800 kilobytes per second. What is that? Okay, I'll pause a second until the package is downloaded, or I'll see if the mirror from where it's downloading is a problem. Let's try switching from quarterly to latest. So it says to create this directory. Then to do this echo. Token new line, what is that? Copy. No such file or directory. So what if the file does not exist? Okay, let's do it the Emacs way. FreeBSD URL, something that's not visible, and then a curly bracket. And the trailing new line, Ctrl+S, Ctrl+C, package update -f. Okay. How do we update all packages? Upgrading install packages. Let's do this. Package upgrade. Yes. Okay, where were we? At noto 2.0. Let's go for sudo. Ctrl F. Sudo. Edit sudoers. Okay, let's do that. Package install sudo. Yes. Edit add c sudoers. is this? What is this? Control X, C. So it's actually USR local etc sudoers. And we use visudo. Okay, now you're talking. And for the user wheel, set the end. Uncomment to allow members of group wheel to execute any command with a password. Looks okay. How do we exit this thing? Control X, Control G, Control Q, Control C, Control L. Here. Back to where we were, visu. Let's close this thing. Okay, I'm logged in. Yes, AUX grep V. Yep. How do I kill this thing? Package install PS3. Yes. PS3. So there's an SSHD, an SSHD, bash, PS3. Okay, and no VI. Great. Visudo. Page down. So uncomment for the members of group wheel to execute any command. Escape. Colon. Right quit now. Okay, Control D. Sudo. Great, now sudo works. Visudo. Okay, so we were at installing KDE. Let's see about procfs. It's part of the instructions when installing GNOME XFC mate mate, cinnamon, execute, but not when you install KDE, which is, I'm not sure why. Okay, so GNOME requires /proc to be mounted. Add this line to etc fstab. So emacs, middle click paste, this thing, the final 0. So proc procfs rw00 control xs xc. Okay, so we've added the line to /etc etc fstab. This will require, I don't know, a mount -a. Or a reboot. Okay, so procfs is now mounted. Let's do that. /etc/fstab control V mount -a. Okay, back to KDE Plasma. Okay, so KDE Plasma package install KDE 5. What does it actually install? A bunch of Qt 5, Python 9, Poplar, Plasma, a ton of apps. MySQL, many libraries, KMBox, KMplot, Knaval battle. Okay, let's not do that. So go. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's not go with a minimal one this time. So proceed with this installation. Just 1 GB to download. Sounds great. Okay, so while this thing is downloading packages and installing 700 packages, what will be next? Configure KDE. KDE Plasma uses the bus daemon for a message bus and hardware abstraction. Okay, definitely this one. Let's open a new SSH client in a new terminal tab in console. How do I connect SSH? Sudo. We can already edit at rc.conf because this does not depend on anything, any package being installed. Okay. So this actually edits the file. So let's use this thing. Okay. And increase message size. Sounds better than not increasing the message size. Okay. The display manager SDDM, which will then enable. Okay, and we'll need the xinit rc. So it's at 25%. Downloading packages installs even games, education, blocks is a game, Mahjong is a game, KDE Frameworks version 5, K-Crash, KPTI, K-GUI add-ons, JPEG Turbo, K-Breakout is a game, GStreamer, okay, we'll be back after these 700 packages finish installing. Okay, we have downloaded the packages, now it's installing them. Again, it's installing a ton of KDE packages because it's also installing not essential applications such as KDE games. Okay, while we're at it, the two recommended YouTube channels for FreeBSD content are Robonuggie, ROBONUGGIE, and Gary H. Tech. Okay, here I have my notes on how to set up xrdp, the RDP remote desktop protocol server. Once we have we finish installing KDE Plasma and we see it running. Okay, let's copy these things. Now back to the manual. Let's look at the package messages. There's a ton of them for 700 installed packages. Okay, so where do they start? Libx kb common ~/.profile xkb default rules xorg. If arrow keys don't work under x11. Nope. Duck tape lib maintainer. Qt SQL, Qt database support, Qt 5 SQL drivers. Okay. Lib inotify, kernel max file tunables. Okay, libty, no maintainer, XML cut mgr, sgml, false audio. Restart of pulse audio might be needed to scan it again. Oh. What else? ISO 8879. JXL. imlib2. Not sure what JXL is. JPEG XL. No. Qt5. So it says that it's not sure that I installed the backend. When it is, probably. K5 solid. Install BS disks. Disable Haldi. Sure what that is. Cyrus SASL. SASLDB2. No. Grof. Open LDAP client. MySQL 8. Client without a server. MySQL server. No initial password for first time use. ALSA library. Boost libs. Phonon GStreamer. Phonon GStreamer. So it installed Phonon GStreamer. Arc. 7-zip. Kmail. Large messages. Did we do the large messages? net.local.stream.recvspace. We did. Dragon player. GStreamer plugins I saw bad. And that probably requires core. Okay, and I did the sound. Next, what's up? If I want SDDM, and do I want SDDM or not? Yes, I want it, just to see that it starts. No, let's keep this thing. Okay, so I'm not installing SDDM, the desktop manager. There's no desktop manager, there's an X server, there's KDE Plasma, and I'm going to start them using startx. So let's see if this thing works. Control D to become back administrator. Middle click paste. Okay, I need a reboot. I certainly need a reboot. Okay, let's see the machine booting. $10 delay at each boot. Way too much. Should be no more than 2 seconds in the bootloader. One second. Okay, so it finished booting. Let's connect back. No, let's connect from here. Need to do that trick again. Okay, it's starting. Let's see if we can use the virtual machine from Virt Manager. I don't have many hopes on that. Okay, it's interesting, no mouse. Not a problem. Okay, let's ignore the connection to the virtual machine, the GUI connection, graphical user interface connection using Virt Manager, and be back to the connecting to the FreeBSD virtual machine using the SSH client. So where we are, we did not install SDDM, we did not enable SDDM, we created this file, and now it's time for us to set up the xrdp server. Okay, so RDP is the remote desktop protocol from Microsoft, and we're using xrdp, which is this thing. An RDP, a remote desktop protocol server. Okay, so let's look at our notes. It says package install xrdp xorgxrdp. Let me move the file, the configuration file away. So mv this thing like this, ls ~/ asterisk. What is this? Okay, so that's just a backup file remains. There's no ~/ .x init.rc file. Okay, let's become super user. Install xrdp and xorgxrdp to FreeBSD packages. Yes. I am lib, no maintainer, xrdp. So it says that we should enable in /etc/rc.conf, which we do want. So that's done with sysrc. Okay. These two. Let's create a file like this. I'm not sure how to configure the xrdp server such that it works correctly and it allows me to log in and starts KDE Plasma. We restart the machine, see if everything works like a charm without even trying too hard, and if not, I'm going to pause the screen recording, configure xrdp correctly, and then we'll see what we need to actually do. So here goes nothing. Okay, so in here we need, what do we need? This thing. Exec ck launch session start plasma x11, Ctrl XS XC, Ctrl G, Ctrl XS, Ctrl XC. Okay, back to where we were. We need to chmod this file. And let's reboot. Here goes nothing. X server to shut down. Okay, so I have this host machine is running Ubuntu 22.10, which is a Linux operating system. I have installed xFreeRDP from the packages of my operating system. I have a command line such as this. So let's see if it started. It did. The IPv4 address ends in 6. Username is administrator. Video, sound, RFX, network LAN, GFX, dynamic resolution, BPP32. So it looks okay. Let's see if we can connect via GUI graphical user interface. Control L, Control Shift V, go. So it says it's the first time you're connecting using the RDP protocol to this machine. Do you trust this machine? Yes, I do. Okay. Well, this is the GUI connection to the RDP server. In session should be the default value, which is xorg. Username is administrator. I need to put my password. And it totally did not work out. Where do I need to create this file? I do not have this file. Why not? Okay. So there should be a file start VM here. cd pwd ls, and I created a file in the home directory of the user root, which is wrong. cd pwd emacs sting with the content from here. x11 xxck launch session start plasma x11 control xs control xc control L and another reboot. Okay, an uptime of 3 minutes. Okay, so FreeBSD is starting in non-GUI mode, multi-user. We do not have any X11 desktop manager installed. Let's try connecting again using the RDP client. And it still did not work. Yes, because the file is not executable. Okay. So we need this chmod plus x, okay, ls minus la, and it's executable now. Reboot again. Okay, let's see now. So xrdp as the correct username, correct resolution, correct IPv4 address, as many features as possible, video, RFX, best speed network LAN, GFX, dynamic resolution, bits per pixel 32, go. Okay, so it works. Let's see if resizing works. It does. What do we have here? Let's prove that the start menu works. It does. The text editor works. It does. Help about. Fonts look a bit out of place. Let's change them. So two large fonts, make them 1 pixel smaller. Hinting. I know what hinting should we use. RGB and the full hinting. Apply. Okay, so since we could connect using FreeRDP all of the features that we could possibly ask for in a graphical user interface mode and in KDE Plasma works correctly, the next step is for me to resize the FreeRDP connection to 1080p and record just the interior of the FreeRDP window. So I will not continue capturing the host machine, just the virtual machine. Okay, so now we're inside the FreeBSD 13.2 virtual machine. About this system is correct. The next step for us to do is to install a web browser. So let's see how that is done. I'm searching on the host machine. I have the handbook open and I'm searching for Firefox. Okay, what does it say? Package install Firefox, so let's do that. I need console in here. I need to have it added to favorites. Let me terraform this installation of KDE Plasma. So right click, enter edit mode, drag to move. Okay. Edge, screen edges, nothing. 15% apply. Else. Yeah, a mouse. Too small. Make the cursor bigger. 36. Apply. It appears chopped because of the RDP connection. You cannot see the bottom of the mouse cursor. Not a problem. So I do not need this. Unpin. Do not need this. Unpin. Unpin. And this too. I do not need this. Can we remove it? No, we cannot. Let's see if Discover works. None of its app backends are available. Okay, not a problem. remove the unneeded things from here, if we can. Okay. So let's do it sudo su package install Firefox. Package command not found. Where am I? Something's totally not okay. So profile sbin bin usr bin usr bin usr local bin. So this profile looks okay. This has nothing to do. I probably need to source the prefix. What's the name of the thing? Profile. Okay, package install Firefox. Yes. Let's see how we solve the problem with the profile not being sourced. cd. Let's look at environment variable path. etsylogin.com. Okay, so I've installed Firefox. Firefox ESR, Chromium, Iridium, Falcon, Conqueror, Epiphany, Qt Browser, Tilo 7, Links, W3M. Okay, let's see if Firefox works. Okay, let's pin this thing to the task manager, configure it. No, 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 no. Never show done. Settings. Tabs. Downloads. Always ask. Correct. Okay. Make your default browser, yes. So now that we have a web browser, we can connect to the virtual machine using RDP. We have KDE installed. That's it. Nothing else that I could do in order to install FreeBSD 13.2 in a virtual machine. Install KDE Plasma and a web browser, which is Firefox. Okay, there's a ton of games installed by default. A ton of apps. Not LibreOffice though. Ocular for viewing PDFs. K-ruler for measuring the screen size. Education suite. And Kate. Okay, I'm not sure why it says this wrong name for the user. Where are the users? User end. Okay, now it's better. Okay, so this is it. Thank you.